All right, we are out here today to go through the steps of the BeeZe management system. So first, starting with your phone, you want to get your phone in the camera mode, set it to where it will not go into screensaver, and turn your flash on. Now what we're going to do is we are going to set the BeeZe stand to where we can get our phone to be able to access our button on the side or the front. Okay, we've set our phone on here. We have it in camera mode. We have the flash on, and I'm going to put an empty frame here, sliding it to the right. The purpose of this angle is to get the cells when we bring the frames from inside the hive over here. But what I'm looking at is, if you look straight down here, you'll see the picture of the frame, and we're seeing all of the foundation. That's what we want to be able to see, is all of the foundation here from this side to this side. So that means that the phone is in the right position. What you can do if you're going to use the same phone each time is go ahead and put marks on here. That way you don't have to bring a frame each time, and make sure if the phone is in the same spot and this is to the right, then you know all of your foundation is going to be in there. Then I just lock this Velcro strap down, and once it's locked down, the phone will not move, and I can take a picture by hitting this or by hitting the up volume on the iPhone. Whatever works for you on your phone, just figure that out so that you can take pictures. So now we are ready to set the BeeZe stand over on the hive that we are not going to work with, and I'm just going to put it to the back of it so that I'm not at the back. Again, I have the flash on, and we are now going to begin to inspect this hive. The way that we're going to do this is we're going to take the first frame out, and we are capturing bees on all the frames at first. So I'm going to take the first frame, get the front and back, and then set it in this empty. Once I get the top off, I'm going to set it down, and I'm going to put this empty frame on top of that. That way, if the queen were to fall off, she's going to fall in the top of the cover of the hive you're working. In addition, we do have a screened board that slides in between the bottom board, whether it's a screen bottom board or a solid bottom board, it slides in there. What this is doing, it's capturing, when we shake our bees in, it's capturing any of the mites in there to give us an idea of a mite count, as well as over time using the BeeZe management system, we hope to find out that that might be a way that we can manage mites by shaking them each inspection to do our complete inspection using this management system. All right, I have got the top cover. It has a spacer because we have a mountain camp on for the winter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this empty deep that we are going to place these frames in, and I'm going to set it right there, and you can come over, you can look inside now, and you can see if the queen were to fall off, it's solid down in there, and she's going to be safe. And then this frame continues on into the box. Obviously we got some good resources. So again, those are front and back of each frame. Frame goes in here. And again, we are capturing bees at this time. That is our goal for right now, is to capture these bees. Front, and then we're going to flip this over. And then it goes into the box. They can use the stylus and be able to take the picture, but those are the logistics you want to work out as you are doing this process. over here so we can then take pictures of the assets. So now we have 9 frames in here. So we'll take a picture of it. Again, the whole purpose of these first 20 pictures is to capture the bees, which we don't anticipate a lot of bees being on this outer part of the hive. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to come over and we're going to shake those bees off so that we can capture all of the resources. Let's come over here and we're going to pick this straight up. We're going to bring it over and we're going to have one more bees as we get toward the middle. You can see we have some bees right there. So I'm going to angle it a little bit because the bees are down there, and I'm going to go shake, shake, shake. So you can see I'm shaking those bees off. And now I'm going to place this on here. And this is going to allow me to get good pictures of all the resources that are inside of this frame. Yep, you would see eggs. Well, I think we're going to see some eggs today because we got cap brood. So I think we're going to see some. Again, we're getting into more bees. You can take time to look for your queen if you want to, but here we go. Shake, 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 shake. And we're going to flip this over. And picture. Where it'll put the frame and the comb at the perfect angle to be straight up to your camera. So you just flip it over, push it to the right, take your picture, and you're getting a perfect picture of every frame, every cell, every single frame. We don't have a ton of bees flying around, and we've just shaken all the bees back into the box. We're getting this spacer since we did have the mountain camp on. That's not something you're going to have during the summer. We got our inner cover on. We're putting our top cover back on. Bees are starting to settle back down. They're doing their thing. You know, we didn't really have with the shaking a ton of bees that were just all over the place. So it worked out really good for us to be able to control these bees, get them back in the box, get 20 pictures of bees on the frames, and then 20 pictures of assets that were on the frames. So we're going to now get those back, upload those, and take a look at those. Through those pictures, we should be able to see how many worker bees we have, how many nurse bees we have, eggs, larvae, cap brood, honey, pollen, bee bread, any kind of pest or pathogen, any kinds of things that are going on in the hive. We have a solid picture of everything that's going on. That's what the BeeZe management system allows, and it's consistent every single inspection, and that data is just going to add up and add up and add up. I always ask people a lot of times, you know, can you go back, if you're a 5-year beekeeper, can you go back to year 1, your 5th inspection, and tell me what happened? And most people look at me like deer in the headlights. Well, with this type of tool, you're not going to have to do that anymore. You can be able to go back, and the cool thing is you can take that data from year 1 and start looking at how it did that year, what you did different, did it work, did it not work, and then what are you doing this year? So you're not just guessing. You're using good management tools to make good management decisions and build strong, healthy hives.